Hey everyone, Brandon, that's Southern Style Off-Road. We're going to be installing a Slimline bumper on a 5th Gen 4Runner today. As you can see, we already got the bumper and crash bar off. It's kind of self-explanatory how to take that off. We've gone over it also. Here is the bumper. As you can see, I did take the valence off. Once you do take the valence off, as you can see where the dirt is, it gives you a nice line to go off of where to cut. So I'm just going to leave that, and that's the line I'm going to be cutting on. It makes it really easy. So let's get to cutting. Alright, once you got your bumper cut made, as you can see, I did go a little under the line. It's always better not cut enough and need to cut later rather than cut too much. There's the line, as you can see. I just cut just under it. It should be okay. That edge trim really does clean this up, but to clean it up a little more, we are going to use this file. Just kind of go along the edge, get all this plastic shavings and slag off. I forgot to mention, there will be these tabs hanging down. They look like that. You just cut those right off, make it even with the cut you made. All right, next, we got to cut these shrouds right here because they will get in the way of the bumper coming up right here. So what I usually do is just cut along this line and just cut all the way straight across. Makes it easy. Definitely won't get in the way there. Alright, now that we got these cut, we're going to go ahead and put our bumper on before we put the bumper on, before we put the plastic bumper on. It's a little easier that way. Antonio, our shipping manager here, is going to help me out with that bumper because the winch is already in it. It's a Smittybilt 10K winch. First off, before you do put the bumper on, there's these little stickers over these bolt holes. Toyota puts them on just to cover stuff up. So we're going to take those off, and it'll reveal the side bolt hole that you will need to put the bumper on. Alright, make sure all your winch cables are out of the way. Slowly start lining it up with the frame plates to butt up against the frame horns just like that. Then start looking for your bolt holes. Once you get them mounted up to the frame plates, just thread a couple of the bolts in. Once you get one in, you can kind of just let it hang. Take a little break because you know it's heavy with the winch in it. This hole will line up down here, so you might have to wiggle it or lift it, or what we sometimes do is put a jack under it, with a piece of wood so you don't mess up the paint. That'll lift the front end up and get everything lined up. Just kind of lift it until you can feel around for that hole, and there it is. Pretty easy to lift once it's on there. Put that in. Alright, tightening these bolts. You want to get them all kind of snug first. The bumper will actually kind of position itself on the frame plates and everything as you're getting them snug. And also leave this bolt kind of loose because it's going to want to push onto the truck. So leave it kind of loose and then tighten it up at the end all the way. That way it's nice and firm on the. Alright, once you got the bumper mounted, snugged up, tightened, we're going to install the edge trim on our bumper, on our plastic bumper before we put it on. That way you're not fighting between the bumper and the plastic bumper to get the edge trim on. It's a real pain in the butt. So we're going to do it with the bumper off, make it a lot easier. And you just start off from end to end. The end of the edge trim goes to the end of your cut right here. All the way around. Get fitted around the bull bar and get her nice and snug, clipped on. As you can see, what little room you have. And if you did kind of mess up on your cut, went too far or whatever, you can adjust this edge trim down to make up for what you cut too much of, or if not, and it looks good, just leave it where it's at and you're good to go. Next, we'll install our fender holders onto the bumper. So each side has its own little wing. You want to put this against the bumper winch box, and it'll bolt up with the holes in the bottom of the fender where you took your 10mm bolts out, and you use your supplied hardware to thread them through the fender, and these will actually hold your plastic bumper from flapping around in the wind or whatever. All right, everyone, thanks for tuning in, watching our install of the Slimline hybrid bumper on a 5th Gen 4Runner with the Smoothfield 10K winch. Hope you liked it. If you have any comments or concerns, comment below or email us at info@southernstyleoffroad.com. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thanks.